It's Talk Funny, a podcast by Mark Bailey and comics from all over. We ended up in Japan and did not bring it, and this is why we can't have nice things.
What do you mean funny? Funny how? How am I funny?
The Talk Funny podcast from NagoyaRadio.com and Nagoya Comedy.
Here's Mark Bailey.
Mark Bailey back with Mike Miller on Talk Funny. Mike, I don't know if you remember the old Sally Struthers commercials for Hope for Africa.
Right.
You know, and I've become the Sally Struthers of the bar hostess world here due to COVID. I've become very, very popular. These bar hostesses, now the owners of the shops, which they are not, they're contractors basically, and the owners of the shops get 40,000 yen, is it a day maybe? Something like that, if they close during COVID. But that's not enough, and they don't divvy it up. They keep that.
What?
Yeah.
They don't divvy it up among their employees?
No.
This isn't the system that I know.
Who knew April Cash ran all the bar hostesses as well?
Wow. I thought those people were more egalitarian.
But if they did divvy it up, they'd get 4,000 yen apiece. It's nothing.
Yeah.
And so
they'd have to close down.
The bar hostesses aren't working. So they're all in like two different apartments, flop houses of two friends of mine. And I go over there, and I'm very popular now because I still have a job. And
Daddy Warbucks.
Yeah, so I go over there with food, and it's just devoured up immediately, and I get some affection. I kind of barter with that, and I'm just saying I'm very popular. And so I am the Sally Struthers of the bar hostess world. So I thought I might have to do a promo to get more funds because I'll show up with a pizza, and it's just gone in seconds. So, hi, I'm Mark Bailey. Greg. Did you know that for only 3,000 yen a day, you can get 3 large pizzas at Domino's? What am I saying? They've been closed since November last year until now. This is summer. 3,000 yen. That's not much money. In fact, if they were open, 3,000 yen could barely buy you a cup of coffee at their per-hour drink-inflated hustler bar. Do help them out, or don't, because 3,000 yen buys a lot of barter and gratitude for me when I'm the only guy with a pizza. This has been Greg, out.
Do you have a phone number with that?
Text to 6969 6969 69 and 666 because I'm going to burn in hell. All right.
Hell doesn't exist, thank God.
So how has COVID affected you for this year, 2020?
Well, for 2020 was bad. 2021, I'm busier than ever, but 2020, there was like literally 2 months where I didn't do anything because I was supposed to work in a school, public schools, actually private schools. And they're just like, we got some good news and bad news. Bad news is we're not going to be doing classes for the month of May. Oh, okay. What's the good news? Actually, we're working on that, You
got a vacation.
You got a vacation with no pay.
Unpaid vacation.
Yeah, just what I was looking for. And then they extended it to June. And then, so there was literally like 2 months I was just sitting inside my apartment. I would only go out to the convenience store or to the supermarket. And at that time, we were all freaked out because we didn't really know how severe COVID was. We were still in the early days of the pandemic, right?
Right.
And so I really wasn't working at all. And then and then things started to pick up in June. The schools opened, and then things started to go back a bit more to normal. I picked up some other work, and this year has been very good for me. I've been very lucky this year. But yeah, 2020 was just a complete waste, and I was worried because the thing is about Japan, I had to renew my visa, and in Japan, you have to prove a certain level of income generally to renew your visa.
Right.
And I think for my job category, it's like 200,000 yen, like 2,000. You have to be paid at least $2,000 US a month to get your visa renewed. So I was like, I don't think if I average it out, I'm going to be able to make that cutoff. So I went to the immigration. I didn't really know what was going to happen. I thought I might have to go back to Canada, But thankfully they were charitable. But yeah, there's all sorts of, a lot of people were in that position where they lost their jobs. So what happens when you lose your job? There's a travel ban. You can't go back to your home country. Like, what do you do, right?
Yeah, a lot of foreigners are trapped. They can't go back. And if they go back, they could be quarantined for 2 weeks to a month. And if they had a job here, they lose it when they come here. Then you're quarantined when you come back here. They can't leave, and they can't make money. But luckily for Tokai Radio, according to them, you didn't deserve that money anyway.
No.
So how dare you?
You don't deserve social services that you pay for with your taxes.
I don't even know why you guys pay for health insurance and then you expect to get health insurance.
I know. It's just, we're so entitled.
You pay for the privilege
so entitled
of being told no for everything. Which reminds me, one more thing about a story we did earlier about going to the museum. I asked the swarm of crazy people, are we allowed to breathe or anything? And she said, only Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Those are breathing days.
But we're closed Thursdays.
That's right.
All right, next topic. I don't know if you've ever realized this, Mike, but if you ever argued with a woman, doesn't matter where
I don't
they're
argue
from,
with women. That's my policy.
Well, you would be wrong if you argued with them. You would be wrong.
Yes, I would be wrong.
It's your first mistake.
Yes.
Woman club, don't argue with women.
That's right. Yes, dear.
Rule 2, there's no such thing as woman club. We had a birthday party with me and some of the bar hostesses and her, one of the girls' stepmoms. The stepmom is the widow I told you about with the Okinawa beachfront house. And she's a widow.
It's like the Playboy Mansion.
The
only Playgirl Mansion.
Yeah, the only question I had for her is, how did your two husbands die?
They both just went out surfing and didn't come back. Must have been the sharks.
Did you screw them to death? Because that would be okay. But
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. She was here for my birthday for 10 days, and she wined and dined me. All I could think of when I'm eating this is, how much are these buffalo wings actually costing me? Yeah. I'm not paying for them now.
No, you'll
pay
layaway.
later. You'll pay
Layaway
later.
plan.
You'll pay later. So they had a party, and they bought some beer and stuff and wine and everything, right? And so what they always do is they put it in the freezer to keep it cold. But, as you know...
Wine in the freezer?
Yeah, and beer. And if
That's not good.
you keep it in too long,
Yeah,
it becomes a Slurpee, and it's useless.
And it's useless. It tastes horrible, and the bottle might explode as well, right?
Yeah. And when you open it, it spills everywhere. So I noticed after an hour and a half, it was still in the freezer. So I moved all the stuff, including the wine. And the wine wasn't frozen yet, but the beer was almost useless. I told the girl, I said, I moved everything because it was going to freeze. And she picked the wine back out of the refrigerator, and she said, but the wine's not frozen. And I said, yeah, you're welcome. That's what I
She
just
thought
told
that's
you.
the way it should be drank?
No, she didn't want it to be frozen. She said, basically, well, you moved it so it wouldn't be frozen, but it's not frozen. Yeah, because I moved it.
Mm-hmm.
You're welcome. She said, but it's not frozen. I said, yeah, if I had left it there, it would have been. She goes, well, it might not have frozen. Are you telling me that I made it up, that the beer is ruined? The only thing we salvaged is the wine. She said, yeah, but it's not frozen. I said, yeah, if you had your way, if I wasn't here, it would be frozen now. So I moved it. Yeah, but it's not frozen. Okay, who's on first?
Now, were there lemons or limes in this freezer? That's
Yeah.
all I want to know.
Yeah, that's another one. I just say citrus now. She's like, let's get some, the limes, get the yellow ones. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, dear. I'll get the yellow ones. Lemons, you psychopath. She goes, lemons are really delicious, especially the green ones.
I think they're gaslighting you, seriously. I just think they're gaslighting you for fun.
Mike, I really like apples, especially the small orange ones.
Yeah.
that come
With-
from Mandarin
with that
China.
Thick, yeah, and they have that thick, like, kind of crust on, thick kind of peel on
The
them.
orange ones that
Yeah,
you peel,
yeah.
and then you make apple juice.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
And it tastes citrusy. Yeah, because that's an orange. That's why it tastes citrusy, because it's a citrus fruit. No, but they're apples. Okay,
Yeah.
apples. You say potato, I say lime.
So what? How would you call a key lime pie? That's my.
Yeah, that's not allowed to order that. They're not a key citrus
key
pie.
key lemon pie.
We have key lime pie. Would you like that? And I'm nodding yes. I'm saying no.
You're doing
doesn't
doing
exist.
that hostage look again, Mark. You're doing
Why
the
you-
eyes. The eyes are blinking.
Mark, why you-
SOS.
Why are you blinking when you order dessert? Yeah, so you're always wrong. Had another one where, okay, she walks in and we take this elevator to go down to the subway, and she pushes the top one, but we're going down, so she didn't push the bottom button. There's two buttons, one's above and one's below, and for people that are not from Earth, the one above hints that you're going to go above
Oh, okay.
the floor you're at. And
That's
the
an
one
interesting concept.
That's why they don't put them side by side. And so she pushed the one above, and I said, "Oh, are we going down?" She said, "Yeah, I pushed down." And I said, "Look at I saw you push the up button."
Wow.
She goes, "Well, that's funny because I didn't push the up button." I said, "Well, did you push a button?" She goes, "Yeah, I pushed the down one." I said, "That is weird. How the one you
that is
pushed
weird.
is not lit, and the one that you didn't push is lit." I would almost think that you made a mistake, but you're a woman and
No.
you never make mistakes. She goes, "You must have pushed it." And I said, "I didn't push any
Wow.
buttons.
Gaslighting.
I didn't push any buttons. You push one button. There's one button lit. It's the up button. So you're the one that pushed a button. So the button that was pushed was up. So you pushed the up button. I don't know.
And she was pushing your buttons, so I'll tell you. You know, the thing that's most shocking about that story is that she didn't push the button to go down, because I thought that was something that they knew about. But
Yeah, you'd think she's good at going down.
I would have thought that, but
You would have thought she knows how to go down easily.
Mm.
Then I pushed it, and she goes, "See, I did push the down button." I said, "You just saw me push the down button." She goes, "No, you pushed the up button."
What is it with people who can't admit that they made a mistake? I don't get that at all. Like, what is it? They're so, ego's so fragile that they just can't admit that they made a dumb mistake. Like, seriously, what? That's like crazy.
What is it with those people? We call those people females.
Yeah.
Mike Miller at gmail.com. Mark Bailey.
Wasn't me.
And Mike Miller. Okay, Shaggy. It wasn't me.
Didn't do it in the shower.
Wasn't me.
Didn't do it in the...
I didn't pick the wrong limes. It wasn't me.
Wasn't me.
I didn't push the down button.
Wasn't me.
I pulled out. That wasn't me.
Wasn't me.
No, that was me. I pulled out. Okay. All right. Talk funny, Mark Bailey, Mike Miller.